Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Ball Stories podcast and another episode of One Sip and One Question. And we're going to do a series of these right now that is going to focus specifically on different grapes. They tend to be the ones you know. So let's start with probably the most popular and maybe the most controversial.
Or less understood.
Exactly. So today, let's talk about Chardonnay. Is it a superstar or is it an overexposed celebrity?
I think you can be both. Always my politically correct
You literally have never answered a question. I think it's misunderstood,
yes.
for sure.
Yes, mostly I think it's the way that the grape is used with oak or how it's malolactic fermentation. I don't think people understand that.
No. Yeah, I think really on its own, Chardonnay really isn't very descriptive in any real way. Like if you were to have a Chardonnay that was unoaked, stainless steel ferment from non-malolactic fermentation, it doesn't really have a whole lot of
pretty mellow
intensity. I think probably the best example of quality, and even that has mallow sometimes, is Chablis. Most people didn't even know that Chablis is Chardonnay, right? So this is where we run into issues. So Chardonnay is grown in every winemaking region of the world, specifically mostly the colder regions. It thrives very well in colder climates. So even in places that do warm weather wines, like Chile, for example, does big, bold, warm weather reds. They do in high altitudes and in colder places like the Leda Valley, where you're right next to the Pacific Ocean. So you have that tempering effect of the water. You have these cold weather, cold climate kind of grapes. And Chardonnay does very, very well there. So finding uniqueness in each place that it's grown really is either going to be in the soil or it's in the winemaker.
Right, because it's like tofu. It's the tofu of the wine world.
It's faux food.
You can do anything to it.
Yeah. And I think part of the reason that because you can do anything to it, I think that's where a lot of the mistakes have happened, is that people have done too much to it. So if you look at the best examples, in my opinion, of what Chardonnay actually are, those high altitude Uco Valley Chardonnays unoaked from Argentina are fantastic. Same like concrete ferment, like the Terra Chardonnay in Chile from the Atacama Desert. Chablis, always going to be my number one. Those are, to me, the best examples of what Chardonnay can do when it's all by itself.
Those are the examples also that a lot of people aren't familiar with.
Exactly. And then you have the examples where the winemaker kind of takes over when they do it very, very well, Burgundy, and where for me, it's more winemaker ego or I don't care at all, and I'm making this for a palate that doesn't understand what wine's supposed to taste like, and that's that California Chardonnay vibe. And this is where we have a lot of the arguments, is that people will come into the shop all the time or into the restaurant, and they will say ABC, anything but Chardonnay. And I don't think that they even understand what Chardonnay is.
I mean anything but oak.
Yeah, exactly. Because when someone says anything but Chardonnay in the wine shop, the first sample that I give them is Chardonnay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's either Chablis or it's like the Mitorino Uvas Chardonnay, which is stainless steel ferment, super clean, high altitude, very tropical. So those are the two that I go with when I deal with someone.
I think that kind of the rule or the usual is New World is going to go with the grape variety focus and what you can do with that, whereas Old World Chardonnays are going to go more the terroir of like Burgundy.
Yeah, and that's just that's typical for anything you do. I mean, it's like, I mean, Chardonnay is just so versatile, right? It's a principal grape in Champagne. It is you've got the style of Chablis, you've got the style of Burgundy, you've got the style of California. Everybody has their style. But what is Chardonnay's style? Really? I don't know that it has one.
I mean, if you look at the scientific bouquet of what the Chardonnay grape is going to offer you, if you get one of those tasting or the smell kits, it's going to do pineapple, the tropical fruit, pineapple, melon, mango, passion fruit, and then in other regions it would be like oak,
green apple, pear. Depending on how cold it is. The colder the weather, the less tropical it gets. Simply because it doesn't ripen fully. So the more ripe it is, the more tropical the notes are. The less ripe you end up with that green apple, the pear, those kind of like orchard fruit.
And you do get the
flavors.
vanilla and the oak vial when you get one of those.
And that has nothing to do with Chardonnay.
But that's 2 of the 10 that it can be.
So we didn't really answer any questions here. But what we did do is hopefully get you to understand a little bit that Chardonnay is not what you think it is if you don't actually know a lot about wine. Chardonnay can be a lot of different things, so maybe give it a try, but ask either the somm at the restaurant or someone in your highly reputable wine shop about different styles of Chardonnay, because you don't normally like it, and they will probably be able to figure out that you don't like oak. And then they'll probably be able to guide you into something that is very, very cool. Because like I said, if you say anything about Chardonnay and you skip out on Chablis, you are missing out. Because 100%. Chablis is one of the greatest wines in the world. So next time we'll do another grape variety, but until then, thanks for watching. See you soon.
Cheers.